Welcome to the channel. We're back with another episode. If you didn't catch it, this is part 2 of a unfinished basement that we're redoing, finishing in a cost-effective way, not clickbait. So we are going to be doing a few unique things. Last episode I did some cleanup, I did a layout on the floor, made some walls square. I haven't built the interior walls, so the game plan is to drywall the ceiling, lay a sheet vinyl floor, and then build our interior walls on the inside to divide the bedrooms and the bathrooms, etc. So we are doing some tricks to keep down the cost and be able to save on labor hours. To catch you up to speed real quick, we have done that layout. We've installed the resilient channeling. The electricians have been in and have installed the pot lights, marking it on the ground. So the game plan for this video is to install the drywall in the ceiling, zip out all those pot lights, and then the floor as well. So we got a few things going on, but let's jump right into it. Because the electricians, telecommunications, and the plumber have been in, they've made a bit of a, I don't want to say mess and throw them under the bus, but we're gonna have to tape up some vapor barrier, just prep the area so we can actually do this ceiling. I'll show you what I mean over here. The quickest way of telling where they've been is to see what they've left behind. So we have some insulation here, which leads us into this joist space. I can see that they've run some wire up there, and I actually already looked up there, and it was based on the breeze but also the sunlight you can see outside. It's quite cold, so we're gonna get some spray foam. This is the duct for the dryer. We're gonna get some spray foam and spray that gap. There's just gonna be some areas like that. We're gonna double check before we seal this ceiling. Not recommended, but I had to cut that nozzle off like 4 inches. So I'm just gonna go around and make sure all those penetrations into the exterior wall are filled up. Another place I'm gonna hit is over here. This is a builder grade house, so they've kind of gone bare minimum with a lot of things. It's a nice house, but they've only filled up this gap between the exterior door jamb and the stud about halfway. We're just gonna hit it with at least another 1.5 inches. Areas like that I'll check as well. I have a full can of spray foam, so I'm just gonna find where I can use it. That's an area, and that should take care of that. We can tape up some of this vapor barrier. Alright, the vapor barrier is taped off in all of these cavities here, and now we can begin drywalling. So I'll get suited up and we'll start that. I'd recommend, if you're doing a basement, your own basement, get one of these, pay the price, it's worth it, especially if you're doing it alone. You can find them used pretty cheap. So it's just as easy as putting my sheet on there, tilting it back, and cranking it up. Again, what we're doing here is we're drywalling the whole ceiling first. There won't be any cutting because there's no interior walls yet. And then once the ceiling's done, we'll go back around and frame up those interior walls. These are the walls here. I've laid it all out. You can see the X here marks a pot light. Another big X there to mark a pot light. So all the lights and electrical is already marked out on the floor. So once the ceiling's up, we'll just make sure we can drop those wires, or at least drill the holes so we don't lose them when the floor goes down. Because the floor will cover up all the markings on the floor. Anyways, okay. Oops. That was a little unglamorous, but it is on the lift. I'll show you better next time how it's supposed to go. I am using this new drywall, the Ultralight Pro. It's a bit lighter. It doesn't cut as nicely, but we'll see how it goes for the ceiling. The true test will be 5 years from now if it sags, but there we go. Once I get this first sheet up, it should all go a little faster. You just want to make sure your starting row is at least straight and square. And then it should go. And the other thing you want to make sure is, of course, your drywall, the butt seam. You run perpendicular to whatever you're fastening to. And then the butt seam, make sure it's halfway on your drywall so you can get both halves on there. This is supposed to be a stronger edge, this light ultra weight stuff. Otherwise I would have doubled this resilient channeling up to make sure both pieces caught, but because it's supposed to be stronger, we're going to try and do it with just one piece. And then we just grab my drywall gun, grab some fine thread screws, and push it in. Because of reasons like this, I don't drywall this amount that often, so my eye might be a little bit off. I'm going to tack up the sheets and then go by after they're all tacked with a laser or chalk line or something and just follow the line. Because I know I'll be faster doing it that way. Sometimes the resilient channeling can be floppy, either right in the middle or at the end, so they're not backed onto a joist. So your screw doesn't bite and just flexes the metal up. So I've had that happen a few times on this far end because it's 6 inches at least overhang. But that'll be enough to hold it. And now time for the next sheet. Drywall is up, tacked up anyway, so now I can go back. Wow, it is a lot more echoey down here now with the ceiling on. We're gonna go back and use the laser and zip it all up fully. I might try without that laser actually, because I have one around the perimeter and one about 8 inches back from it. I can just kind of close the gap and I should be able to hit it all. And hopefully, it's so echoey, I don't need a ladder. Alright, I think that's manageable. I'm not sure when my shoulder will get tired, but I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with that and hopefully I hit it every time. Another time lapse. And that's screwed up. My arm's a little sore. I'm gonna try and zip out these pot lights as well now. You can see here that they're marked out on the ground. Every 50-ish inches. And I've transferred the lines already to the ceiling. X marks the spot right there. So it's time to get a little dusty. I'll grab my 4-inch hole saw. Is it 4 1/4? And then carefully zip those out. I say carefully because if you don't do it square into the drywall, that is, hold your drill 90, not on an angle in any way, but 90, you'll catch the drywall and you'll twist your wrist pretty bad. So you can also use like a drywall saw. It just leaves, this is just faster if you can do it. Like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip those all out, and I'll get back to you. All zipped out. Yeah, all zipped out, screwed off. The ceiling's done. I have to do the bedroom and bathroom over there still. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. If it's the end of the video, then I'll see you in the next one. And if it's not, I'll see you right now. But either way, thank you for watching, and more to come.